the big cigar.
Greetings, this is Success Loops. This is Instrumental Inspiration. How's it? I'm Brad Cunningham, and I'm very chuffed because I get to combine my two passions, which is motivation and music. And today we are going to be looking at that infernal law of attraction and how it doesn't bloody work for any of us. I mean, we've all heard of thoughts become things. What you look at expands. Energy flows where attention goes, you know, and we all think, wow. And it kind of resonates with us on some level. And yet, when we put it to practice, even when we use visualization, incantations, and mantras and all kinds of other things, what manifests? Nothing. Squat. And that's why. Well, how come is that? So I went and did a bit of research. Then I actually found after a while, after a lot of research, I've got a bit of a light bulb moment. And I reckon that's cool, so hopefully I can share that with you today. So before we get started with actually creating the musical loops and breaking down the law of attraction into its various stages, let's look at the master manifest and how we God, how we refer to source. So basically we're looking at, we kind of always, a lot of us look at as this masculine personification of this deity that sits in a golden throne and points his fingers at everybody, whereas I kind of more see it as a universal consciousness, this kind of power, almost like a intelligent matrix, if you can grasp that idea. And that's point one. Point two is we also have that, but it's obviously a bit more watered down because we're teeny tiny little individuation of it. But we also have that consciousness which is able to create, like our Creator created us. All right, so let's get cracking. Let's start out now. We're going to be looking at the law of attraction and breaking it down into various stages. We're going to put it down on the loop station. We're going to put them all in the stages as they should be, all in harmony, all in synchronized, and hopefully we can get manifesting and actually pull some of our desires closer to us. So the first step of everything is basically thought. Hence, thoughts become things. Everything starts out as thought. It's just an idea that we grasp in our minds. Anything that has ever been created first had to exist in here as thought. So let's put down the first stage in the law of attraction, which is thought. There is thoughts done. So we recorded it. It's the first step, and we're going to be putting the next stage on top of that, next stage on top of that, building up, so we can have this like master manifestation of explaining the law of attraction. All right, so we're just going to pause that for now. Okay. Now after thought, this is where the cogs really get to grind, because anything that we need to do with our thoughts is basically just be aware, are they positive, are they negative? You want them to be empowering, not deflowering. Okay, and that leads us to the next stage, which is where there's big power, and that is core beliefs. With our thoughts, we all have a certain belief. They trigger beliefs. Beliefs can also trigger thoughts, so they're very, very closely related. So we have a feeling that gets triggered. We have this belief. Now, normally regarding our own potential, we will never, ever go beyond what we believe we can do. That's a law in itself right then and there. So we need to rationalize our beliefs. We need to expand them in a way that we can rationalize them, that we can still believe them, that it is possible. And that's not an easy thing to do. I think that's where a lot of where we come unstuck. And the best way to describe this law of attraction is to explain the placebo effect. This is where a big light bulb went off for me. Now, the placebo effect is basically a subject that was experiencing some form of illness, or I'm not too clear on the details, but I'll break it down as simple as I can. And was basically given medicine, which was just this sugar pills, like benign, it's like a sweet almost. We're told it was medicine. The subject then believed this wholeheartedly, vehemently, and experienced a huge improvement and got over the illnesses that they were experiencing. And that wasn't due to any medical explanation. It was just purely built on the faith. So there's huge power in faith. And we often believe that that the law of attraction doesn't work for us, or it's not working for us, or that it's not grafting at all. And that's not true. We're actually experiencing the opposite of the placebo effect, which is the nocebo effect. And the nocebo effect is, no matter how many good pills we take, no matter how much great divine medicine that we are digesting, if we don't believe that it has potential, then we're not going to see any effect. We're not going to see any effect of it making any difference or manifesting in our lives. That's pretty huge. Okay, so that is pretty much core beliefs. We need to refine our core beliefs so that we can digest it. Okay, so let's start the first. There's thought. Right, let's put down core beliefs. There we have it. So we have thoughts now. In time and in tune with our core beliefs. All right, we're going to stop. What's that sound? Okay, so we have thoughts and we have our core beliefs. We have to then move on to the next stage. Now, if we can combine our thoughts and our core beliefs, that we can create an intention. Now, our intention is basically our vision and our mission. It's basically incorporating those thoughts and those core beliefs as a mind, body, and soul agreement, so that they're in agreement. Then we can move forward. So basically, that is our intention. What is it that we have? What is it that is our intention? We need to have crystal clear clarity on this. What it is. What are our desires? How can we push forward? How can it be believable to us? So that is intention. So let's start the loops, which we have thoughts and we have core beliefs. Let's put out our intention. This is quite subtle. What's that sound? All right, there we go. There's the 3 steps done. Right, so we've got thoughts, we've got our core beliefs, and we've got our intention mapped out like it's a mind, body, soul agreement. We then have to look at making a strategy. Now, strategy is now when you need to pick up pen to paper. Many studies have shown that even just picking up pen to paper and writing stuff down remarkably improves that intention coming to manifest, coming into existence. So that is our strategy, and that's pretty simple. You've just got to just map that intention out and make a strategy, make a plan. And the best way of doing that is to make little step by step, and make it bite-sized little increments that it can be still believed, that it can still be rationalized. Okay, so that is the strategy. So let's start our existing loop. And we're going to record our strategy. Well, I hope you can hear that. All right, and stop. What's that sound? Cool. So there we have. And I found my collection. I was wondering where that went. Cool. So now we've gotten up to strategy. Okay. The next level is as important as the core beliefs, and it is action. Because you can't have attraction without the action in it. You can't have satisfaction without action. There is action in satisfaction. There is action in attraction. Cool. So we have to take action. You have to take that first step. And it's all pretty much done now. If you followed all the steps, you've then done it enough times for it to now kind of impact and to get deeper. And then you can start to rationalize it better. And then those steps should be easier to take. All right. So let's look at taking the action. Massive action. Let's check it out. We're gonna start the next loop and we're gonna put it down with some harmonica. Yeah. We have taken action. Let's turn this down. All right. And then after action, we get our results. We get our reality. And trust me, your reality is obviously going to be way different if you follow these steps. If your expectations aren't met, that doesn't matter. Okay, because it's still a loop. So you start again. Your biggest allies are consistency and persistency. Okay, so you got to keep going. Remember to refine and redefine. So it's an ongoing thing. It's easy, everyone would be doing it. This is a lifelong process. Cool. Remember, you got to keep everything empowered and not deflowered. Remember to less and don't stress. 100%. Cool. And I think we're ready to. We've done our recap. I think we can jam a bit now. And there's the secret behind the secret. What's happening? There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there. He's telling me I got to beware. Each time we stop, hey, what's that sound? Everybody look, it's going down. Stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look, it's going down. Time to stop, hey, what's that sound? Everybody look, it's going down. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. There's going to be a lot more of these to come. And you can make a big difference. So you can start by sharing. Share this out to your contacts. This is good news. Never underestimate your potential because it's huge. Thanks everyone for tuning in and I appreciate it. And we'll play out. Yes, what's that sound? Stop. Yeah, what's that sound? Everybody look, it's going down. Never stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look, it's going down. Stop. Yeah, what's that sound? Everybody look, it's going down and stop.
The Big Cigar.